let's talk about just how risky is day trading. I'm James Rich Young, and I have two parts to this answer. First, we need to see it as a beginner trader and then as a professional trader. A beginner trader has a lot of risk because of the fact that he or she is new and inexperienced. But the biggest problem with new day traders is that most don't approach this as a real profession. They don't understand that day trading actually takes the same amount of study and effort, just like any other profession out there. For example, let's say you have a friend that's a doctor. You're not going to ask them, "Yo, I see you getting that doctor money. Can you teach me, bro? I want some of that doctor money too." No, right? You already know there's proper steps to take. But as a day trader, I get this question pretty often. And it's not that it's a bad question, it's totally understandable because this stuff isn't really taught at school. And it doesn't help that trading is so easily accessible. Literally anyone of age can just sign up and start trading. You can do it right off your phone. All it takes is a click of a button. So when you see other traders making all this money, whether it's through stocks, crypto, options, forex, or whatever, it creates this misconception that it's a quick and easy way to make money. Which is probably why people are not aware of what it really takes to succeed in this business, so they don't treat it with respect like they would, let's say, a doctor or a lawyer. So they just end up watching a couple of YouTube videos and following what's being talked about on social media, and they end up getting hurt or lucky in the market, which creates this picture of the stock market being one giant casino. And it can be if you treat it that way. I like to think of it being similar to driving a car. So let's use you as a driver, okay? And your car, all it has is a gas pedal. You don't have brakes, no steering wheel. All you're able to do with this car is press the accelerator. Just like how you only know how to buy stocks or whatever instrument you want to trade. So as a driver, how risky is that for you? Pretty damn risky, right? Now, can you get lucky a couple of times and still end up at your destination? Sure. But what are the chances you can do that on a daily, consistent basis? Not very likely. There's a word for when we have absolutely zero control over our risk, and that's what you call gambling. And that's exactly what new day traders may be doing, which makes it risky. Or let's say you subscribe to this channel, and in return, I give you all this amazing free information, and you start learning and practicing. So now, as time goes on, what you're doing is you're adding tools to use when you drive. So when you start knowing how to analyze charts, not just read it, but really analyze it, what you're doing is you're adding a steering wheel to your car, and now you're able to steer in the direction you want. And when you learn how to manage your trades and properly share size and take stops, now you're adding brakes and seatbelts to your car to reduce the damage you take in case you do get into an accident. Because no matter your driving skill, every time you go get in your car to go to work or go out to eat, whatever, there's always a chance of an accident. And that's true not just for trading, but any other business out there. Doesn't matter what it is, you'll never be 100% risk-free. But you do have the power to get control over your risk. Not eliminate it, but control it. And you do that through proper education and guidance, applying that into practice, which becomes experience. I like to call it the key to success. You've got your knowledge, experience, and expertise. If you got those things, you'll be able to control your risk. So as a new day trader, you don't have any strategies and systems in place, so you're out there blindly slamming on the accelerator. And we'll go over what steps I personally took and how to approach this the right way in future videos. But for now, let's say you took the proper steps and now you're a profitable trader. So what does risk look like for a professional trader like myself? Well, for me, in my car, not only do I have steering wheel and brakes, I have a GPS system, I got AC, I got satellite radio, I got phone chargers, subwoofers. Oh, I'm cruising. But because I have those things does not eliminate my risk. I just have more control over it. So now I have the power to dial up or down my risk meter. For example, let me ask you this. Do you always follow the rules of the road? Or do you sometimes go over the speed limit? Ever driven after a few drinks? Ever let road rage get to you? You see, you can be the best driver in the world with an awesome car that has all the bells and whistles, but if you decide to go a $180 on the freeway, your risk of an accident just went up. And same applies to trading. I trade on a winning system, and if I start bending the rules in that system, then my risk starts to go up. And I'm not talking about risk as a dollar amount. I'm talking about having exposure to risk, okay? Because we make our money off of probability and not certainty. Just like how casinos make their money. They have an edge and let probability work in their favor. Now, do they win every hand? No, they have to pay people out. So would you say that casinos are gamblers? I wouldn't. Because in the long run, if you zoom out and see the big picture, they come out on top. They run a system that gives a positive cash flow into their pockets. That's not gambling, that's a business. But what if one day they told the blackjack dealers they now have the choice to hit or stay whenever they want? No more house rules, it's totally up to the dealers. Now they're gambling, right? So is day trading risky? That's all up to you, my friend. Listen, anybody can learn strategies and systems, but if you can't follow them and you tend to break your rules, no matter your level of experience, this will lead to inconsistent results. So it comes down to your self-discipline and your trading psychology, which is, I would say, about 80% of the battle and 20% is finding the right strategy. Now you might say, that's not me. I can follow rules. I'm going to ask you again. Have you ever let road rage get the best of you? The problem is we have this thing called emotions, and we attach a lot of that to another thing called money. One of the most common mistakes that beginner traders make is that they tend to take quick profits on their winning trades because they get scared of giving it all back and hold on to their losing ones in hopes of it working out. So they end up taking small profits and big losses. Not much of a system, is it? That's why this profession isn't for everybody, just like every other profession out there. Not in a way that you can't achieve it, but in a way that it may not fit your personality or emotional tolerance. Like for me, I don't ever see myself becoming a pilot because I don't like flying and I get airsick. I have to take Dramamine on every single flight I take. Doesn't matter how short it is. Now I'm sure I can get my pilot license if I put my effort into it, but that doesn't mean I'm going to do it as a profession because it just doesn't fit with how I am. But having said that, whether this is something that suits you or not, everything is learnable or unlearnable if you've already developed bad habits in your trading. I mean, bad habits die hard, but they can die. And let me tell you, if you can make this work, it can be a very lucrative business. You don't have to worry about employees, supplies, rent, commuting anywhere, none of that. And it's easily scalable. And if you want, you can also do this part-time and still run other businesses you may have or jobs. So to me, personally, day trading isn't risky because I trade on a winning system, keep my trading psychology in check, and I focus on executing my strategies day in and day out. And if you can do that, you have the ability to consistently extract money from the market. Just keep in mind, if you're looking for an easy way to make money, this isn't it. But if you're willing to put in the work and you approach this as a real profession, then I'm going to try to help you as much as I can. But having said all that, I am not a financial advisor. All of this is just for educational purposes only. But if you're interested in learning more, subscribe to this channel. There's so much I want to share with you. Like the video if this was helpful. Comment if you have any questions. I appreciate you for being here, and I hope to see you on the next one.